What is good? This is Ahead of the Spread presented by Wager Talk. We're going to check out the two games in the NBA playoffs tomorrow. We'll check out the open numbers, any line movements right now. We'll talk about any angles and matchups to give you an early edge for tomorrow's games. Not sure if Skee is going to be with me today, but I'm Ronald Cabang at Youcapper Sports over on any of the social medias. If Skee pops up, he'll just I'll just add him into the show. But if not, we'll just go solo today. Maybe even have time for the WNBA preseason game tomorrow. A quick look on that one. Before we go into those games, always talk about how we did today. Went 1-0. So last 2 days 1-0 in the second round. So second round didn't start off good, but now we're hitting the ground running. Had the Warriors team total under 95.5. Got close there at the end, but they got it done. Hopefully you guys did well and got your NBA tickets cashed today. Let's go over to OddsLogic real quick. I'll share the screen. There you go. All right, so OddsLogic is the odds page that I use or that we use over at Wager Talk. You have obviously the open line numbers. You got the ticket splits. You can customize your books. You got injuries alerts. You can customize what sports you're looking at as well. If you want to try that out, 7-day free trial over in the link in the description on YouTube. So if you're there, also make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button there. Definitely helps us out, helps the show out. Let's Wager Talk know that you guys want this show to continue. All right, first game up, we have Cleveland and Indiana. It opened up as a pick'em. This moved to Cleveland -2.5. We have all the three guys that missed the previous game. They are all questionable. You got Mobley, you got Garland, you got Hunter. Three key guys in that rotation that got them to where they are in the playoffs. Without them, they've really been struggling. Indiana has taken the lead 2-0 in this series. Now they're at home as slight underdogs here. I do have a 5% play on the total on this one, so I'll talk about the side a little bit. If we go back to the previous game, obviously the Pacers ended up winning that one by 1. Both of these, I mean, I think offensively, I was in game 2. What I was looking at was a Pacers team total under. I was thinking they were going to have some type of offensive regression. First quarter looked really good for me. They only scored 15 points, and they went on and scored 105 in the next 3 quarters. Ended up scoring 120. I think one of the things that Cleveland has to do, if they're not going to be able to get Garland, Hunter, and Mobley in there, they're going to have to find a way to slow down that offense a little bit. I'm not really sure if they'll be able to. That's the issue from a side perspective. I think the reason why the line has moved in their direction is because those guys aren't ruled out. They are questionable. I think Mobley was what I saw. People were thinking that he would be able to play, and just Mobley himself should be able to help out on the defensive side of the ball on the Pacers side. Offensively for Cleveland, I mean, they went to the line 35 times. If you go over to themoneyballer.com and we go to regular season here, post All-Star break regular season, and you look at some of the stats here, one of the things that I did notice was the free throw rate here. They do go to the free throw line at a pretty decent rate. Pacers were 15th in free throw rate. They did go to the line 29 times in that game too. I think that's going to come down a little bit. Cleveland, for the most part, is pretty good about limiting opponents to getting to that free throw line. You can see here effective field goal percentage. They're pretty solid as well as in limiting that. But Pacers, number 1 in effective field goal percentage post All-Star break. So that's the reason why we're seeing their offense kind of take off here. From a side perspective, I think that we do see a little bit of regression on the Pacers side. Offensively, we do see the Cleveland side play with urgency. So they should be. I'm thinking they're able to score at a pretty high pace here on the Cleveland side. So I do think that they bounce back. I don't think they're gonna go down 3-0, maybe 2-1. So I think that the Cavs are the right side from a side perspective. I mean, to me, they're gonna need at least one of those guys, and if it's Mobley, it has to. If it is Mobley out of the three guys, I would probably look towards the Cavs side for sure. Looking at the chat here, B man, do or die, can go down 0-3-4, sure. And Cleveland, I mean, the only reason why they're down 0-2 is because they're unhealthy, which is unfortunate. All right, so we go here. BD, Cleveland first half makes a lot of sense to me as well. Come out with some urgency and pace, maybe even first quarter, right there. Mobley back. I think one of the biggest things that people don't understand is having a big back there really helps with the perimeter defense as well. It's not only being able to defend in the paint, but your guards have that trust with you, so they could push up on these guards and these 3 point shooters, and they won't have as much space as they have been in the first couple of games. So, from a side perspective, I probably won't bet it unless Mobley is in there, but I would look towards the Cleveland side. All right, so game 2. We got OKC and Denver. This opened up -4.5 and for OKC on the road here. We're seeing mostly -5. Do have a 5.5 at BetMGM. Total 233.5. This has come down to 233. The lowest, 232.5 at the PPH. But there are some 233.5 still available over at the moneyballer.com. Some systems on the under. I was kind of looking in that direction as well. I was thinking that, I mean, obviously they scored 149. OKC did in game 2. I don't think they do that again. Both of these teams went to the line so much. 36 for OKC, 32 for Denver. I think that comes down a little bit. They shot 56% from the field, 44% from three. On the opposite side, Denver here, they only shot 37% from the field. I think one of the biggest things that will continue is the offensive rebounding advantage for Denver. So the second chance opportunities will be good. They did turn over the ball 20 times. I think OKC is one of the top teams as far as turnover gap. Let's go to post All-Star break and regular season. Right here. So they're number one in turnover rate, so they don't turn the ball over, even though they play such a high pace. And then turnover rate fourth, so fifth right there. That may continue, but if Nuggets are to make any adjustment, I think it's taking care of the ball. That's going to be key for them. They can't have a -11 in the turnover department. Even if they let them shoot a high percentage, that gap, if they could limit that turnover gap, that should put them in position to potentially win the game at the end, but at least cover at home. One of the things that I was looking at here too, the 3 point shooting, 3 point defense. You can see Thunder, they're really effective from the corner threes and above the break threes during the regular season. Nuggets weren't that great, 25th in corner, 18th in above the break. I think OKC should be able to shoot efficiently from three again. So from a total perspective, if Denver limits their turnovers, they should be able to get their offensive efficiency up. OKC should be able to shoot the three ball efficiently as well. Not really. I mean, I know the baller systems are pointing towards the under, but I can't really look to the under with the pace of play these teams go at, and thinking that the Nuggets get their offense rolling again here, especially when they're at home, because they do play a lot better offensively at home than they do on the road. So total perspective, I would look towards the over. The side perspective, that would be. I think it's going to be tough. I actually think that I don't know where to go from a side perspective. It looks like the market is going towards OKC. I maybe OKC wins the game, but I think it's going to be a lot tighter than this 49. I mean, 149-106 in game 2. I think Denver does bounce back a little bit. I'll say maybe Denver plus the points. I think it's going to be a lot tighter, like I said, probably within a couple buckets there. All right, let's go. All right, so quick show here. Skee wasn't able to make it. Obviously, hopefully he'll make it. Or sorry, Sunday. What's the date on Sunday? I think I might be here on Sunday with Skee. But I know that next week when I'm out on vacation, Rob Vino will be here to replace me. So definitely gonna have a lot of information from Rob Vino and Skee. They have a great chemistry. They do a show in the mornings on Skee's channel as well. All right. So with that said, top looks, I would say from a side perspective in game one, um, probably would look towards the Cleveland side if Mobley is in. If in game two, I would lean towards the Denver side to stay within a couple buckets, and then the over. Um, and then, like I said earlier, I do have a 5% play on that in Cleveland versus Indiana game. My 5% play is actually number one over at Wager Talk all time in win percentage and ROI. Uh, and my current streak 31-10 since 2003. So I don't do too many, but when I do, they're hitting at a 75.6% rate. And that's 5% plays. And then in the NBA, 8-2 in the last 10 for 5% plays. So if you guys are interested in that, you can see scrolling in the bottom my capper page, wt.buzz/RC. In the NBA playoffs, so far this NBA playoffs up 11 units. So seeing the board pretty well, even after starting the second round, not too great. We hit the last couple ones. All right, with that said, that's the end of the show, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button before you go. And yeah, fade or follow. It is on you to make that call. Good luck with all your actions. Till next time. Peace.